Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the video. My name is Ruben Sansi and this is my impressions, thoughts on Defiance 2050, the closed beta and also the game when it does come out. Yes, I am a Defiance veteran, so what does that mean? It basically means I have completed all the original storyline for Defiance, all the DLC, endgame. I've gotten everything to a degree this game, the original game, had, and so I'm going to be taking my thoughts from that onto the latest 2050 and seeing what they've done and what tweaks they've made. So let's first talk off about what Trion has upgraded or improved upon since the original 2013 release of the game. First of all, I'm going to talk about the graphics. The graphics here are improved, without a doubt. They have been improved. What they've kept is, I think, is the basic models, and they've just made them sharper. Trion would like to say it's an overhaul. I would think of it more as an upgrade. So for those of you who played it on the Xbox 360 like myself, think of this as the original was 720p, say. This is now a 1080p game. It is visually crisper, it does look better, it does have better lighting, better shadows, better textures, but you can still see the reminiscence of the 2013 IP that is there. It hasn't changed. They haven't done a major overhaul, haven't they ripped out brand new chunks of the game and just put it in afresh. No, this is much more of a upgrade in essence to the game. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it on the graphics wise. It looks fresh, it looks keen, but you're not going to see this as a brand new spanking new game. Some of those who will come back like myself will look at this and go, yeah, it's basically 2013 upgraded. Now, besides the graphics, the biggest thing that Trion has done is updated the inventory system, the perk system, and your customization of your weapons. They have completely overhauled. The original 2013 was very clunky, very convoluted, very slow. It took you a good while to just do the simplest and basic thing. Don't get me wrong, once you knew what you was doing, you could speed up and change things. So even just changing your ammo type onto your particular favourite weapon was a little bit slow and it was a pain in the arse, to be honest with you. Here, this is much more streamlined for every user. This is a 100% improvement. Basically, it's just moved it up to a modern day MMO sort of standard, and this is going to go down really well, I think, with a lot of players, from the veterans like myself and the new players that are coming on board. And this kind of leads me on to the gameplay. Now, this is where I think Trion has slightly done a misstep. Don't get me wrong, I am a real good fan of Defiance. I've watched all the seasons. I must admit, I would recommend you watching Defiance TV series. It is really good, very much underrated, and will help you understand what this game is all about, as it does link into the TV series. The gameplay is fun. It always has been fun. It was always a great third-person shooter MMO. It was brilliant. There was lots of content there. There is lots and lots of content there. However, the gameplay hasn't changed. If you've played Defiance originally, it's exactly the same. There is nothing there new, nothing new to keep you fresh. You are going to be playing exactly the same way with the same sort of type of weapons that you favoured in the original. Again, there is nothing I can see here that is going to bring potentially an old veteran like me back to this game, which is a shame, because I am absolutely a major fan of Defiance. They have said that they're going to bring titles across from the original game. I mean, come on, titles? What am I going to do with a bloody title? Yeah, I spent 30 quid on the original game. Now you can see that above my head. That's no bloody good. There was one aspect in the original game where I had to do a race to get a Dodge Viper car. When I did that race, and it was a pain in the arse, I felt achievement, I'm going to have to do that again. And there's nothing new here to try and push me forward. All I'm just going to do is going to piss me off that I've got to do it again. As far as I can tell, there is no new end game storyline that's going to try and draw me back into this game, which is a shame. Don't get me wrong, I might play it now and then, but that's it. It's going to be when I can be bothered, if I can be bothered. For the new people, they're going to love this. They're going to probably really enjoy it as a fresh MMO, but this is no good for the veterans. It's going to be... It's an upgraded version of Defiance. There's nothing here I can see that's going to appeal to the veterans like myself to come back and go through the 30 plus hours story mode and DLCs, because we already played it. We already know the story. We know already the ending. Nothing Trion has said so far, even in their podcasts or in terms of what those statements they've made, is suggesting there is some big thing awaiting for the veterans. There isn't. It's just simply play the whole game again. Now, I know what you're thinking. This probably sounds as a bit of a downer. Trust me, for those who've never played Defiance before and want to get into a really good futuristic third-person shooter MMO with loads of aliens, this is going to be brilliant for you. You're going to enjoy it. As I said, there's lots of content for you to really go, and I reckon you're probably going to sink a hell of a lot of time into this, especially when it comes into the big major battles with 60 plus players. You're really going to enjoy this. But for the veterans, I just cannot see what it's going to draw us back into. I just can't. I'm sorry. I really don't know what else to say than what I've already stated, so I'm going to leave it there. I will keep an up-to-date with how it progresses, the game progresses, and if anything comes out of Trion, something major that makes me change my mind, then obviously I'll update this and add it to the channel. Again, for the new players, please don't be put off. This is going to be a great game for you to play. Again, if this does come around as a bit of a downer, please kind of ignore that. You will enjoy this, but for us old timers, this is more Defiance 2.50 rather than Defiance 2050 have a big chunk of fresh new content for you. Again, now maybe Trion will change that and something will come out and I'll change my mind. But until then, that's my thoughts on the matter. I will be dropping some gameplay into the channel, so do keep an eye out for that. And until next time, have a great time gaming, and hopefully I'll chat with you again soon.